Howdy all, Malex Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. Oh, it's getting late in the day here. I better get out. Get moving. I'm gonna go search another house. I put... Nope. Nope. Person... I put this, thing... This intellect mod. I have no idea what this does. Intellect mod. Oh, +1 to intellect. Oh, okay. Never mind. I do know what it does. Interesting. I thought I'd shove one of those on my helmet just to see. So it gives me a +1 to my intellect, huh? You're as dumb as a box of rocks. Thanks. I don't do batons. Better rewards. I should probably put a point into this, right? We'll do that. The Lincoln residence. Okay. My plan was to open the door, not check the minivan, but, you know, it all works. It's all good. We have returned to Final Fantasy XIV with my gaming group. We haven't played it in over a year, but now the new expansion's out, we gotta catch up. Although we're not really doing great at the catching up because I have gotten sidetracked. They have these things called relic weapons, and they're not necessary, but I kind of like getting them. And I have some of them. I think I have most of them now. One of them's a really pain in the butt to collect. They're all a pain in the butt to collect. Yeah, I was wondering when you guys are gonna pop out here. Crap. I don't know how you didn't hit me. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun to have them because you can decorate your weapons using the skins of the relic weapons, and the relic weapons are often like special looking. Anyways, back in the day. Oh, weighted head mod schematic, nice. Insulated liner. Okay, well, when I want to go into the snow biome, I guess that would be my place to go. Is that it? Is there no... You don't have no completion set of boxes or nothing? Alright. Back in the day, you do one of these, not on EverQuest, or not on EverQuest, not on Final Fantasy, but on EverQuest. They had epic weapons, is what they were called, and they were truly, truly epic. They often gave you a special bonus that you couldn't get otherwise. So like, I always like a summoner kind of class, not necromancer, which I know is like the default summoner for most games. And I'll play a necromancer, but it's not really my thing. I really like to summon like elemental monsters to fight for you, and so like in Final Fantasy, I play a summoner, and they summon like a wind spirit and a fire spirit and an earth spirit. Um, Although they've really changed the game, so it's weird now. Um, you used to summon based on. Okay, I'm gonna get off on a tangent here. I like the summoner classes because usually they're like very able to adapt to different situations, and I find it fun to be able to pull out a monster, not a monster, but I mean they're usually kind of like monsters, but an elemental, depending on what I need to happen. And so I can't find a way into this place. Is it in here? Did I miss a doorway? Wasn't this doorway locked? Oh, there's a ladder. I missed the ladder. And so like in EverQuest 1 and 2, it depended on what you were. Well, EverQuest 2 kind of ruined it. EverQuest was made to be a hard game, and then when EverQuest 2 came out, it was still a difficult game, but not a hard game like EverQuest 1 was. And then WoW was getting super popular at the time, and WoW was an easier game to play than EverQuest, even though they were made by the same people. And different companies, but same actual people. And so EverQuest 2 started out okay, and then about 6 months in, it got really good. I really, really, really liked about 6 months in. And then from that point forward, they just kept making the game easier and easier as the game progressed. And, you know, it made me. I mean, I played it for years, but I really liked the 6 month in EverQuest 2. That was the best time period for the most part. There was a couple of things that needed to be fixed, and the way they fixed them was weird. The biggest issue. So 6 months in, they had a huge patch that rebalanced the classes, right? Because if you ever played a game with multiple people, you know, or multiple classes and multiple people, you know that things look good on paper, but once they get out there in the real world, some classes are going to be more powerful than the others. And so one of the big rebalancing was the summoners didn't work right when the game first came out, and so it didn't matter which pet you had out. All the pets basically were the same, and so which is not what was intended. And eventually they fixed it, but you still ended up pretty much always using the same pet. In the end, it was always the fire pet, which was the highest damage. But that was only after later when they broke it, because okay, So you could summon Earth Pet, and then the idea was there's three types of pets. There's Earth, Fire, and Air. And so the concept was Earth is your tank pet. So if you needed, now it's not as good as a player, although in the first 6 months it was better than the players. And so they were actually using summoners as their tanks for a while, which is why one of the big rebalancings happened. Oh man, I am getting hit a bunch today. I blame the stairs. He says as he got hit a bunch of times earlier while standing in the kitchen. So your Earth Pet, he's slow on damage, but has a lot of hit points. And when it started, he could taunt, and the problem was he could taunt too much. Now I agreed that it needed to be fixed, and they fixed it 6 months in. And so then you had your Air Pet, and your Air Pet was supposed to be like your scout kind of pet. So you got your tank pet, you got your scout pet. And so scout was low in health, but did a lot of damage to a single target. Oh man, I thought he'd fall down. He didn't fall down. And then you had your fire pet, and your fire pet was your caster pet, so it had extremely low health, but it did a lot of damage to multiple targets, and so depending on what you were doing is what pet you would have out. Harvesting tools. Oh man, we're up to Stone Tools 3. I think that's about where I was at before, right? What is that? Legendary parts. Used to craft legendary quality armor, tools, and weapons. Oh, interesting. What are these? Creature gloves. Okay, well I'm gonna take those because they add damage to undead. I mean, who doesn't want that? And then you'd have like unique pets that were harder to get, and so oh, harvesting tool. Tools. Oh, we're right up to Stone Tools 4. It's still 6 out of 100 though. Home cooking, 3 out of 100. No, there's gotta be a way out from up here, right? They're not gonna make me crawl all the way back through here. Are they? Not if I cut out through this window. Oh, gall. Is there really not another way out of here? I feel like crouching doesn't crouch as low as it did before. This place just has locked doors. By that I mean, I can't get into some of these rooms without breaking down the doors. That's unusual. Or it used to be. Anyways, and so in EverQuest 1, you would go through and you get this epic weapon, right? And so the epic weapon granted you a special pet. And the pet was basically a combination of all three. And so it was way powerful. And, you know, and so I've been collecting special weapons like that in my MMOs for a long time now. Oh, the hassle, too. The hassle to get. The horrible, horrible hassle to get. To get, my epic weapon, was insane. Cause, oh, unlucky punks. The Enforcer, it's Dirty Harry. What you ask yourself is, did I shoot? Is that how the quote goes? You're asking yourself, did I shoot 5 times or 6? You feel lucky, punk? Well, do ya? I just, I don't remember the whole quest, but I remember that there was a really terrible raid zone that everybody avoided. And then when the epic weapons came out, like 3 of the classes had to go to this plane of, I think it was the plane of air it was called, and it was just really awful to get through. And of course, the summoner weapon was on the last island, or the second to last island. And so, like, my guild, I don't know, I feel like I go out of my way to help people and stuff, and then when I need it reciprocated, people just don't. And so my guild, I spent hours and hours and hours helping people get their epic weapons, and then I remember, oh, well, I deserve that. And then I remember we had to go to the plane of air, and we went for, I think it was the warrior and the cleric pieces, and then, just randomly, one of the other summoners in our guild showed up, and he barely ever played, but he was, like, super popular before I joined the guild, and he hadn't been on a long time, and then, he showed up, and then, my guild gave the piece, they weren't even gonna go, and then, I was like, hey man, are you here to get the epic weapon? And he's like, I don't even know what that is. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, you do this thing, and then you go through the whole thing, and you get, like, the epic pet, and this is one of the hardest pieces to get, and, you know, I've been trying to get it, because it doesn't always drop, and, you know, we've only been here a couple of times, and I don't even know if they'll go to the right islands, because usually everybody quits at the cleric island, they don't go on to the next island, and he's like, oh, no, man, I'm not after that. And then, of course, when I'm like, hey, can we go on to the next island? They're like, oh, I don't know if we're going to do that. That's really hard, and we're tired. And I'm like, but we're right here. We're right here. And, you know, so the other guy, I don't know if he talked to them or what, but, they decided they go for him. And so they gave him the thing. And then he didn't even play after that. He got his epic weapon and then, you know, basically quit playing the game. I just, ugh, that stuff irritates me. And then I'm pretty sure I ended up going with another guild who were just clearing the plane of air, because that's what I had to do. I had to start finding guilds that were going to the plane of air who had room for an extra person. And so I finally I got a hold of just people I didn't even know who were going, and so I went with them. And I don't think I really need that, but And then uh dude, my brain is like shutting down here. I can't even think what food is and what's not food. That's cooked, buddy. And then, oh, this is even worse. This is I tell you, I tell you. So then there's this guy I know in real life. We were friends, you know, and like I hung out with him in real life all the time. And so one day I was on the game, and he jumps on, him and his brother, and we were all, we'd hang out all like I watched their house. When they were on vacations and all kinds of stuff like that. Um, like the one brother would come over to my house every week for pizza to watch movies. Uh, that sentence did not come out in English, but I tried. I don't know where to put these legendary parts. I'm just gonna put them in here, I guess. No, that's not where I put parts. Parts need to go down here in parts. He would come over every week for pizza and to watch movies. That's what I was trying to say. Every week. And so for years, decades, maybe not decades, but years, so we were pretty close. And so one day I'm on, and so what I needed was a rare spawn mob, and I needed a rare drop off of the rare spawn, and apparently it wasn't that hard to kill. And and so they asked what I was doing, and I was like, yeah, I'm here trying to get Quillimane, which is a Pegasus, and I needed these boots that it dropped. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'll come help you out because I can track it." I'm like, "Oh, that would be awesome. You can see if it's even up because it's super rare, and it's super rare and doesn't drop the boots. I've already killed it like 3 times, never got the boots." And so he comes in and he tracks it and kills it, and then takes the boots. And then he's like, "Oh, these are really good boots for me." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I need these to do my epic quest. Like, I'm getting so close to the end, and I've been here for days, basically, hunting this stupid horse." Oh, I came back here to. I don't know why I even came back here. I just was gonna fix my gear. I don't think I can. Okay. What is this? A primitive outfit. I have no idea what it takes to repair it. No idea. All right. Yeah, I can't fix it. It tells me I don't have stuff. I want to fix it. I just don't have the things to fix it. Oh man. Yeah, and so that dude kept those boots and just wore them, knowing I needed them. Knowing I needed them for my quest. And I ended up getting someone else in the guild who got them, and then they also didn't want them or didn't need them for any quests. But they were super valuable on the market, and I couldn't afford the full price, but I could get close. Like I think they were going for like 120,000 plat at the time, when having, having 100 plat was a lot. Um, and I think I could get like 70,000 plat together, which I know isn't super close, but still, that's a lot of money. And I just had to sell like every special item I had trying to buy these stupid boots, and he finally just let me have them. But he told me that if his buddy, who was thinking about making a summoner at the time, didn't have one but was thinking about it, if he ever decided to make one, then I'd have to hunt down another pair for him, which I never had to. So yeah. It's a guy I know in real life that I was friends with, wouldn't give him up, but because they were useful to his druid. I think they had like Spirit of the Wolf on him, which was a running buff, which he could also cast. So it was even worse. It was like something he could do, but these boots let him do it as well. It's like, just But, yeah. Anyways. Not good times. Not good times. I don't know why I just charged that guy. So, anyways, yeah, we're back to the old Final Fantasy. And I'll tell you what, I unfortunately, the new relic weapons are locked behind this old quest line that I didn't do, because I have a very particular, I don't say very, I have a particular dislike, I guess, of Goofy. Not the character, just certain types of Goofy humor are not my thing. Are you guys gonna just growl, or are you gonna come out here and fight? And sometimes I find Goofy humor to be the funniest thing. But a lot of Goofy humor I just can't stand. Like I don't think any Jim Carrey movie that's supposed to be funny is actually funny. Like I don't like it. I don't enjoy his style of humor. Not saying that sometimes there isn't like a joke in there that I find funny. I don't have anything against Jim Carrey. I like him in some of his more serious roles. But just Dumb and Dumber and like Ace Ventura, I think, are some of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. Just ugh. Like, it's right up there with like anything by Leslie Nielsen. Just that kind of, I don't know. And so now I'm stuck on this quest line. It's long too. I think I'm on my third. I think we're on our third game session, and we play for like 2.5 hours each session. So I'm like on my third session, and I am still so many quests left to do in this quest line, and it's just silly nonsense cutscene after silly nonsense cutscene that have nothing to do with anything. About this buffoon of an inspector who isn't really good at what he claims to do, but kind of stumbles into the answer while he makes really funny. I say funny, but I'm using the adjective funny, not to mean humorous, but to mean strange. Let's go with that. He makes strange faces. That was my weapon breaking. I did not move away far enough. So yeah, so I'm gonna be glad when these are done, because I'm sure the relic weapon isn't gonna be Oh, I hope not. Still, just, books. All right, what do we get here? Repair tool crafting. All right. I need it. I need is a headlamp. Oh, crap. Great. Didn't load my gun. I keep that gun specifically to fight dogs. Ugh. Yeah. Alright, well. I finished... I don't know if I talked... I know I talked about Abiotic Factor. I finished it. What's available was pretty good. I am looking forward to the next patch. I think the distance between places, those were the boxes I picked up down there earlier, is still too far. And, I think some of the materials you need for the recipes are hard to get or just missing. I haven't gone back since I finished it last week. There's still a couple of recipes I don't have unlocked, but I just wanted to say, again, if you're looking for a survival game that's got a nice little storyline to it, that one's pretty top-notch, in my opinion. Tough, but not too hard. I like being trapped in like a Half-Life style lab, trying to find my way out. It's like Half-Life, just with survival thrown in, basically. Alright, well, with that, I am going to call it a day. So, bearing the small things leading to the light, I will talk to you later.